Welcome back to the eSports Report, Puckett and Revan, and we're talking about Optic Gaming, one of the many teams attending the X Games, one of 8 actually. They're going to be in Group B, and this is going to be a really tough challenge. They have Envy at the top of their group. Also in that group, we're going to see FaZe Red, Proofy's former squad, and at the bottom, it's going to be Curse Orange. But we just talked about Proofy on this squad and the numbers he brings to the table. Who else are we going to take a look at today?
Well, let's take a look at the captain of the lineup, Nadeshot. I really want to see his stats. Now, usually when you think of Nadeshot, you think of him more as an objective player, but as of late, he's really stepped up his game. He's been able to pick up a lot of kills all around the map, and there you see some of his stuff.
Yeah, you can see hometown Chicago area. He's been competing since Modern Warfare. Most importantly, something that's not on there, this is the guy with the biggest fan base in esports. Over 500,000 Twitter followers. He's got over 1 million YouTube subs. Constantly making content. This is a full-time gig for him, and he is really making the most of it. But when he's not working on his YouTubes, he's crushing in the competition. Let's take a look at some of his numbers. You can see his U.S. Regionals S&D was through the roof at 1.5. Unfortunately, they just squeaked by, finishing in the top 8 after, what happened, Revan?
I don't remember.
Yeah, don't remember that. All right, let's go over to his Cod Champ Stats, though. Just a 0.9 overall, but he has a lot of dom caps, and you can see in the slaying area, he's about 20 kills a game. Where do you think this guy shines the best?
Really search and destroy, and I feel like Nadeshot talks about it a lot, but every time I watch Nadeshot perform well in search and destroy, he's always able to find the gaps in the other team's setup. He's always able to get behind enemy lines and make the most of it. You know, he takes risks in search and destroy, and they really pay off. And unfortunately, at that US regional event, I was on the receiving end of Nadeshot playing very well in search and destroy.
Now, one thing I want to point out here, guys, is look at the difference in just the overall KD as well as the overall objective from when he was playing from U.S. Regionals, COD Champs, and COD Season 1 to when they added Proofy instead of Embos for COD League Season 2. You can see his overall KD has gone slightly up, as you said, focusing a little bit more on the slaying rather than just purely the objective. His blitz caps have gone up quite a bit, has been seeing a bit more success, able to capture more as he's slaying, and his dom caps now over 4.02. It looks like his slaying power also rising up to 21.6. His S&D sticking about a 1.09. Online play, does it affect this guy? Is he better on LAN? How does Nadeshot stack up in your opinion?
I really feel like Nadeshot is a bit better on LAN. I feel like he's more of a tournament player. You know, when he's in that environment, he really thrives. But, you know, with adding Proofy to that lineup, you know, we saw Proofy, he does add a bunch of the objective comm as well. So Nade, he could kind of settle down with the objective, doesn't have to focus on it too much, and he's able to get more kills around the map.
I do want to apologize to Nadeshot in advance. A few of those numbers were inaccurate for his overall blitz caps. He had higher than a 0.93. In fact, his blitz caps at regionals, he had 2.5, 4.4 at COD Champs, and 3.03 in the COD League.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, I think he was the #1 blitz player at Call of Duty Championships, at least #1 with averaging the most caps.
You know, I can't say that for sure, but averaging 4.4 is pretty darn high. Nadeshot definitely a big factor when it comes to the blitz game. But talk to me about another guy on the blitz, and he's not going to get the captures, but he's basically the goalie for this squad. Why did Optic Gaming go after Clayster?
Well, Clayster's just a proven winner, man. When he joined that Complexity squad, they just started winning and never looked back. Then they wound up getting rid of Clayster, and when Clayster's a free agent, he's that guy that could really turn around for your squad. Brings a lot of hype to the team, plus a lot of slaying with his assault rifle.
So he used to be part of that Complexity lineup, won several titles with that crew before jumping to Team Caliber, helped Team Caliber at UMG Philly go all the way to the finals, and then was scooped up by Optic Gaming. He's an AR slayer. First, really kind of breaking out into the scene in Black Ops 2, just showing that he was a top 5 player with his dominance in that anchor role. But let's take a look at what he's done in Call of Duty Ghost. You can see 1.38 S&D KD when it came to COD Champs. He helped that squad finish 3rd there after playing at the U.S. Regionals. But really, it's his Season 2 stats that I love to take a look at. His dom caps over 4, his slaying on average over 22 kills, and a 1.07 S&D. He is just constantly putting up positive numbers.
Oh yeah, Clayster, he's always going to perform in Search and Destroy. It's been his favorite game mode since Call of Duty 4. He's always been on, the best Search and Destroy teams in the game. But I just want to add something to Clayster. Back in Modern Warfare 2, he was the #1 earning player during that game. Took a bit of a break in Black Ops 1, then he came back, and ever since then, he's been tearing up the scene.
He's been crushing recently, and what I like is not only can he do it with his assault rifle, at times he'll pull out the sniper if he's feeling that hot shot. I know we're going to be featuring him in our 1v1 All-Star Sniper Challenge. You get a chance to see what he can do, but if you could say one thing in Clayster's game is his strongest, what is it? Is it reflexes, positioning? What makes Clay such a great AR player?
I feel like it's just his shot overall. Rarely he'll miss. And I remember watching with the FAL back when that was allowed in Black Ops 2. And I was just reading through his FAQ. He plays on a really low sensitivity. I think it might be a 2 or a 3, which is very, very low. Obviously you can't react. Well, you can't turn that fast, but his shot is so precise.
So far, we've seen a lot of positive KDs from this squad, from Proofy to Clayster, Nadeshot even putting up some big kills when needed. But the guy who you just rely on to get the kills goes by the nickname Jinja Ninja. Talk to me about Scumpii.
Oh, Scumpii, whenever you think of him, it's just raw talent. This guy, every time somebody talks about him, they always say that he has the most potential out of all of the players in the Call of Duty scene. When Scumpii is on his grind, when he's playing a lot of Call of Duty, we've seen the kind of damage he could do, especially in Modern Warfare 3, where he was the #1 overall player, brought so many wins for Optic back then.
Looking at this player, let's take a look at some of his stats. Of course, he's known for his SMG, but he can do it all with the sniper and AR as well. Talk to me about some of those most impressive numbers. My eyes immediately go to that Slayer column.
Oh, yeah. Scumpii really likes to respawn game modes. You see his Search and Destroy, it's pretty average compared to all the rest of the players, but when you put him in Blitz, when you put him in Dom, a game mode where he could roam around and just slay everything in his sight, that's when Scumpii shines.
You can see 28 kills on average at the U.S. Regionals, was absolutely crushing in that tournament. Cod Champs over 26, almost 27 there. Never dropping below 24, and in the current COD League, you can see he's second overall with the squad, and part of that is due to his 26 kills on average. His overall KD in COD League Season 2, 1.14, one of the highest in the league. Scumpii's been a monster, and one of his greatest attributes is the ability to go off at any time. We have a video that features him doing exactly that. It's from UGC Niagara against VVV Gaming.
Great domination, of course. I think, there we go, there it is.
Taken for Optic Gaming, and they're able to strike blood right away, finding one around the side, but he's going to get cleaned up, though.
Yeah, and one thing you're going to note here is that VVV is running 2 ARs on Breakdown. That is something you do not see every day. And
well,
by every day, I mean ever.
You don't see a fad on, as well, so...
No.
Clayster seems adamant on using it, so, I mean...
I don't know what exactly his class setup is with the FAD, but, the recoil on it's insane. I mean, there's just spread everywhere, but as long as you have, can be like a little twitchy shooter like Clayster's always kind of notoriously been, you can get away with using this gun.
Yeah, I wonder if it's, and I'm interested if you guys back at home have a particular reason as to why you believe that this is being used, because I actually want to know. But go ahead and jump over to Scump here and see as he's going to have 2 players right in his vicinity. In his general, finding another one as well. That's going to be a double kill for Scump. Can he follow it through around the corner? But he is going to notice that there's going to be one there. There's going to be a 4th, but he gets cleaned up on the side. You got to just, at what point does it become unfair?
Yeah, I mean, this is the point. I mean, he's almost has more kills than 3 members of VVV put together.
Oh, man. And that is just not... You're actually right about that one.
Yeah, as long as you include Realize in the mix.
Yeah, if you include Realize. And he's just not having a great game here on Freight Dom. It seems like Scump's going to have his way bottom beer. He's going to get taken out back over to Proof here as he looks right by that beer alley. He gets cleaned up now. And Nadeshot, ever being the studious
little kitten.
Sneaky little kitten, as he is going to get taken out, though. Never kill a kitten.
Oh, no, you can't.
No, you can't. That's not good. Not good for society. Needless to say, though, with 30 seconds left on the clock, this has been all Optic Gaming. I mean, they came out in force on the back of Scump. 23-8. I mean, you got to give credit to Proofy as well. He went 15-12, and just seemed like VVV could not get their bearings together here in this matchup. Diabolic is going to take out Clay, but not before he was able to get a double kill, though, with that FAD. And 9 seconds remaining after the replay here. 107 to 50 109 to 57. I apologize. 109 to 57. I mean, again, they're just hyped up and they're energetic and they're ready to go. And VVV is definitely questioning what's going on right now.
That's a lot of energy coming out of side one. Optic Gaming just screaming.
That's right. I got to give credit to Optic Gaming there off the break. They got so aggressive on their side, and Scump has won that one as well. He ends up getting a double there. I don't know why I'm not watching him. Please, I'm sorry, everyone. But Flawless, though, he's going to get a double kill of his own. Scump's going to be right below him, though. Let's see how he's going to be able to respond to this. Of course, pressure is going to be coming as VVV not able to get control of B. But, and you thought he was going to be able to get that one player circling around red. Not going to be the case. Diabolic now going to be in this position as he is going to get dropped, too. And that is just not good for anyone. Realize, though, this is the guy that needs to step it up here in this matchup. Surprisingly enough, though, Sender 0-4, not the way you want to start things off here in this domination freight side 2.
Nope, not good here. Flawless has one. Will he make it 2? And he does 2. Members
you can always rely on Flawless's AR. Yeah. I mean, it's one of the most consistent things I've ever seen as a caster.
Oh, absolutely. But you know what? Flawless is one of those players that just doesn't get recognition.
Yeah, well...
that's just how it is.
Well, I feel like he's the kind of guy who kind of prefers it that way, too. I mean, he just likes to get the job done.
And with that said, they have a lot of momentum rolling into the Search and Destroy here, which is going to be on Warhawk, which everyone knows they're good at, but three-piece!
Yeah! Nate shot with a three-piece! That was going to be a big kill there for him, of course, and a big motivational boost as well for Optic Gaming to keep that momentum going for them. Great plays there out of Nade's shot. Huge, huge. Now, that's going to just continue to pretty much just stop this run here that VVV's had. I mean, it's safe to say with 1 minute left on the clock.
Real quick. Look at this. So, we just saw 3 members of VVV actually go into red as a way to push out here. That's an old Optic strategy. They used to stack red to try to push through crates, and then they were like, let's just win gunfights.
Yeah, yeah.
It just doesn't work when you try to stack red.
Yeah, and they just not able to make anything happen here, despite it all.
Nope.
53 seconds left on the clock, 84 to 48. Optic Gaming firmly in the lead. Thank you to Scump, really. If you're an Optic fan, you are thanking Scump, because don't get me wrong, everyone else on Optic Gaming showing up, but the fact that Scumpii is 21-10, he was 25-9 in the first half. 25-9.
46
now
bomb.
He's 21-10. I mean,
bomb.
That's insane, dropping 40.
He's got another guy here. Oh, God.
If he would have gotten that, then really this would have just been insane. So VVV now, they have to bounce back after this very I would say they're disappointed because they felt like they could bring more to the table against Optic Gaming. Sender and I were talking last night. He felt very confident in their matchup.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, when you have Scump going off the way that he has been, it's it's very. You got to just get everything back together and just say, well, you know what? It's time to back to the drawing board. Search and Destroy is up next. 104 to 58. It's the final score. Optic Gaming winning both sides with a score of over 100. 104 to 58.
That was a complete spanking.
All right, so that was a look at what happens when you bring Proofy to the roster, but more importantly, Scump dropping 49. I don't know why the casters weren't sitting on his screen the entire game. Revan, have you ever seen a 50 bomb in competitive play?
Maybe back in Modern Warfare 2, but back then we were playing a really long game mode called Demolition, but not in a few years. I don't think I have ever seen a 50 bomb in the past 3 years of competitive COD.
Almost 50 kills, 49 kills in a 10-minute game. Scumpii just showing that he is one of the best slayers in the game, if not the best. Who do you think ranks up there with Scumpii as a top 3 killer?
Oh, well, you got to throw Crim6 up there. He just loves to kill things overall. Karma comes to mind as well. Plus, Flawless, he's a pretty good slayer as well with his assault rifle.
Flawless, here's some love, my friend. It was fun watching that AR. Unfortunately, he will not be attending X Games. Optic Gaming will, with Scumpii leading that charge. Guys, we're going to commercial break. When we return, Clayster joins the show for an interview. Send out the tweets. The ESR is back after this.